Good evening, everyone. Well, sometimes in life, you would think that every moment counts when you are having fun, and and things of that sort. But at a certain not weight. Dang it. I mean, at a certain rate where you pretty much work hard to have to become the good halves. Well, my topic of for this video is where if you are mostly like a I would say have a little but want more. In other words, like a middle class part of the society where you worked hard to an upper position of how far you've gotten to know what to do in order to get into that position. And it has something to do with the experience I had when I started hearing voices and stuff. And at the same time, ended up going to the hospital and everything, and pretty much the main part about what was the main theme of what type of people that was like, say for instance, in the media, mainstream media, MSM, and the politics, the government. And at that time, I thought I was informed. I thought I was experienced of certain life that had more than I possibly could ever imagine. Success and happiness. And at the same time, the ones who were in the lower class part of making a structural foundation to work your way up to certain levels of becoming from being poor to being middle class to being, I'd have to say, higher class, being someone who's have a lot, I should say something like that. But at the same time, it wasn't like as though they would teach you anything, because at the same time, my auntie was trying her best. My auntie Sue, my mom's sister, my mom's older sister, my auntie. I think I told one of the stories on one of my videos that I have escaped from my dad's evil clutch, And pretty much, at that time when I was with my dad, I was listening to some liberal progressive talk show hostess and stuff. Just listening to some random topics of certain things that it was hard for me to understand and everything. And At that time, I thought I was learning something biggest, but let's just say that within 2 years, at least I learned how to be more creative than I ever was within, I'd have to say, 2 years. So at the same time, I I was in the poorest class, right in the lowest level of being a lower class. During that time, if I had like a laptop to surf the internet and everything, I definitely would have found Infowars. Believe me, I would know my way around in this world to survive certain aspects of what type of people you're dealing with. Because my so-called brother, my stepbrother, I mean, you talking about someone who was a who were who's someone who took advantage of someone who was weak and who was learning, uninformed, and innocent, instead of having a certain life that would get you killed to a point where you think that you are better than the next person that comes along. And at the same time, the thing is though, his life was complicated. My life was innocent. My life was simple. And I like to keep it that way at the same time. So mainly, he wasn't much. All he was there for is just to live off of someone like me that was innocent, you know. So pretty much it took me years. And I was dealing with, evil spirits, evil entities, come evil male and female come together and going at it. And I'm thinking to myself, how can I be more true to myself in a good way? In a good way. And just set the revolution that has a way where I'd had to charge myself even more aggressively, more, how you would say, diamond in the rough, in terms. I don't want to say it because that's sounds bad, in a good way, not in a good. Dang it. Yeah. But the thing is, I had to learn the hard way. And I met someone that really guided me towards where not only I was learning about people, but at the same time I was learning about myself as well. And just more on how to see what structural power you should have in a way where I would be able to get this book called the Rules for Radicals, from, I can't even think of his name, but it was written from 1971. And I tell you, it gets more interesting and it gets more cooler and more fine. Not fine, but more sexier, you know. Yeah. You know, and I just wanna say a certain way where it's something that I want to do, like coming up with my band and just writing love songs. You know, writing love songs that are inviting, more happy, more exciting, you know. Even hip hop songs or like Miles Davis and and Jimi Hendrix. And when you talking about those kind of type of artists that, you know, write something about like teaches you about certain things that are the R word, the R bomb, in a bad way. You know, not in a evil way, but in a way where it's true to yourself. It's the deep part of yourself. And the thing is though that right now I'm still at a lower class, poor level. And I'm climbing on up every other day. Maybe every day. I don't know. But maybe I should do it every day, but yeah. But you know, I don't know. Maybe there is a way to really be more of yourself. And least ways you could be around people, be a more of a people person. In in a way of saying that, but yeah. But I recommend getting that book called Rules for Radicals, and from 1971. It's somewhere in the library, in the world at least. And pretty much I'll fill you in on how far I've learned so far about the rules and everything, and not to make a mistake of what it really is that is good, you know. So yeah, pretty much everything is fine. So thank you, and God bless, my friends.